Hello, I'm the 10-minute English teacher. Let's get you exam ready. Today we're thinking about Blood Brothers by Willy Russell with my Act 2 summary part 2, taking you to the end of the play. Before we get going, don't forget to like and subscribe. There are plenty of things on the channel to help you understand the text. Okay, let's think about the ending of Blood Brothers. Now, in front of us are the key moments in the second part of Act 2 that takes us to the end of the play. I'm going to walk you through my comic strip now. We've got Mickey telling his mother that he is pregnant and he's about to marry Linda. So that's how this section of Act 2 begins. We're heading towards the end of the play, and we now have Mickey and Linda about to start a family with very little money. We then have the wedding that turns into the dole queue. So the dole queue is where you go to get your benefits because you're out of work. So we've got a happy moment where Mickey and Linda are married, and then straight into this dole queue, which symbolises Mickey's unemployment. He's really struggling to make ends meet and to support his young family. We then have Christmas time, and Edward and Mickey speak. Edward wants to celebrate, but he's living a very different life. He's at university, doesn't really have any responsibilities. Mickey is trying to provide for his wife, and he's about to be a father, and he's unemployed and angry. And there's a bit of a confrontation between the two of them. They're both living very different lives, and Mickey is bitter, and they find it very hard to understand each other in that moment. We then have Edward, who proposes to Linda. So after the confrontation between Mickey and Edward, where Mickey says that he doesn't really want to be his friend any longer, we then have Edward speaking to Linda and offering to marry her. She is, of course, married to Mickey, and she shares that news with him. We then see Mickey planning to be involved in an armed robbery with Sammy, which then takes place. And, of course, that leads him to go to prison. Mickey is in prison in the next part of the play, and he's got depression. He's away from his wife and his family, and he's begun to take tablets in order to treat his depression, but that's very much changed him. He then returns home, and he's still addicted to the tablets that he's using. They're very much having a huge negative impact on him, and Linda is really keen for him to become the Mickey that she knew and loved before he went to prison. Of course, Mickey is dejected and feels quite angry about the fact that his house and his job has been provided through Edward, who now works as a counsellor. So he's well aware that the life he's living and the support he's got has been a result of Edward's involvement, and that's something that he's quite bitter about. As we head towards the end of the play, we then have a symbolic moment where there's a song, and Mrs. Lyons shows Mickey the affair that's been taking place between Edward and Linda. So she turns him around to notice that. It's symbolic. She may well have just told him, but it happens in song with the two walking, and Mickey is shown that they are together, which leads him to be extremely angry and take his gun towards a council meeting where Edward Lyons is speaking at the town hall. The play ends with the death. Edward is the counsellor speaking in a meeting on stage, and Mickey goes and speaks to him, threatens him, and then Mrs. Johnson shares the truth. And this is ominous because at the beginning we found out that on the day that they find out their true identity, that they are twins, that would be the day that they die. So Mrs. Johnson speaks to Mickey and says, that you're brothers and that you've separated at birth. Mickey then says that he could have been Edward, waves the gun towards Edward, and then that gun shoots Edward, and then the police shoot Mickey, and that is the end of the play. Okay, check out the other things on my channel. I'll continue to add content. Feel free to ask something you'd like to see me cover in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share, and keep revising.